Welcome to this lecture. So now let's start building our first Gen AI powered application in Flutter. And for that purpose, you need to open your Android Studio and create a new Flutter project. So I click here. And then you need to make sure that Flutter is selected here. After that, press next. And then here you can name your project. So we can name it like My Chatbot. After that, you need to select your project location and then click create and our new Flutter project will be created. So there you can see our new Flutter project is created. So let's firstly install this starter application inside an emulator and see what does it contain. And after that we are going to build the GUI for our chatbot application. So to install this application you can either use an Android emulator or an iOS emulator. So in our case we are going to launch an Android emulator here, and inside our running device section you can see it is running here. And now I will gonna install the application inside it. So click on this run button and our application will be installed inside it. So now our application is installed inside the simulator and we got this starter application. So this is a counter application, and here if you will press on this button, this count will gonna increase. So when you create a new Flutter project, you will get this counter application. And after creating this project, it's time to build the GUI for our simple chatbot application. And we are going to keep things very simple at the start. So it means that we are going to build this very simple GUI where user can enter the question which he want to send to chatbot in the bottom. After that he will gonna click on the send button and we are going to pass his question or query to our Gen AI model like DeepSeek. And after that we are going to show the response of Gen AI model in the middle. So that will be a very simple GUI which we are going to build. And to build this GUI, we need to make changes inside this main dot. So basically when we create a new project, it got only one single dot file and it will be present inside this lib folder, and it is this main dot. And inside this file, if you will scroll down, you will find this my home page. So this my home page is actually a stateful widget. And in Flutter, we use stateful widgets for creating different screens of our application. So in our case, the only screen we got is this my home page, and inside this screen we got the code for our counter application. But now we don't want to display this my home page inside our application, but instead we want to create a simple chat application GUI. So to add another screen inside our application, you can simply right click on this lib folder and then you can create a new dot file, and we can name this dot file as chat screen and then press enter, and you can see this new file is created. And inside it we are going to create another stateful widget to create a new screen. So to create it you can write STF and you will see this option for creating a new stateful widget. So select it and this code will be added, and here you can type the name of screen which will be chat screen. And that's it. So after doing that, you will gonna notice some errors here. So these are because of the libraries. So let's import the library and the error is gone. So now after creating this chat screen, we need to display it to the user on screen. So it means that we are not going to display this my home page when the application will be opened. Instead, we are going to display this chat screen. And to do that, you need to make the change here. So you can notice that we are calling this my home page here inside our my app class. So you can remove this my home page from here and write chat screen. After that you can simply remove this my home page related code if you want. So minimize these two classes and then you can remove them. After that simply click on this run main dot. And you can notice that the GUI of our screen is changed and we got this blank screen. So basically this is the current GUI for our chat screen. So inside chat screen you can notice this build method, and inside this build method we have the code for the GUI. So right now we are displaying a placeholder here, so that's why we can see this view. But now we are going to create the GUI, and to do that firstly we are going to add a scaffold widget. So in Flutter, the scaffold widget or scaffold view is used to create basic structure of a screen. Like when we added the scaffold widget, we can add an app bar or the body of our screen. So let's add an app bar. So this app bar is actually the top portion of screen, and we can specify it using this app bar class. And then inside it we can change its color. So you can set this background color property, and then you can select any color that you like. Like in our case we are going to select this purple color and then press Ctrl S. And now you can see the GUI changed, so we got a screen with the app bar which contains this purple color. So now after adding the app bar, we need to create the body of the screen as well, and to do that we can add a body property. So to add it, after this app bar we can add a comma, and then we can add a body property. So now here for this body we can pass a widget which we want to display in the body of the screen. So for now we are going to add a column widget here. And once you will add it, right click anywhere and format our code. And I have done that so that we can see things clearly. So right now inside our scaffold we have added an app bar, and then in the body we have added a column widget. So in Flutter, column widget is used to place multiple widgets above one another on screen. So just like the column of a table, this column widget is used to place multiple widgets above one another. And inside it we can add a children's list, and then inside it we can add the widgets which we want to display to the user on screen. So the first widget or view which we need on screen is such view where user can enter his question. And one such view in Flutter is called text field. So we can add this text field widget here, and then you can press Ctrl S. So now after doing that you will gonna notice this line on screen. So basically this is a text field widget which we added, and here we can type our questions. Like here I have typed this word question. So now in this field user will gonna write the question which he want to send to our Gen AI model. After that we need to add a send button so that user can click on this button and we can send his question to our DeepSeek or Gen AI model. But where we are going to add that button? So the ideal position is add that button to the right of this text field, because in chat application you know that we got this bar and then to the right we got a send button. So now to add a button to the right of this text field we are going to use a row widget. So firstly we can enclose this text field inside a row widget, and to do that click on this text field and press Alt plus enter, and then select wrap with row. And now inside this row widget, to display a button we can use an icon button widget. So icon button, and then inside this widget we need to pass two things. Firstly we need to pass a method which will be executed when the button will be pressed, and secondly we need to pass the icon which will be displayed to the user on screen. So here to specify the icon we can use icon widget, and then inside it we can use this icons class, and then you will be able to see variety of icons which you can display. So as we are looking for a send icon, so I will gonna type the word send, and you can notice a lot of send icons. So let's use this one for now, and after that we need to pass this onPress method. So basically here we need to pass a method which will be executed once user will gonna click on that icon. So for now we can pass an empty method here, and we are going to look at it in just a minute. So now after doing that, if you will hard reload the application, you will gonna notice an error. And the error is because we have placed this text field directly inside this row widget. But the actual way is to specify the width of this text field while adding it inside a row widget. And to do that, we can wrap this text field inside an expanded widget. So click on this text field and press Alt plus Enter, and then select this wrap with expanded. After that, let's simply hard reload the application again. And there you can see now the text field is visible and also this icon button. So now you can see this text field is visible along with this icon. And after adding these two things, the third thing which we need is a widget or a view where we can display the response of our GenAI model. So to show that response, we are going to use a text widget. So above this bar, we are going to add a text widget. And then inside it we are going to display the result of the model. So for now we are going to display the text results to be shown here. And after that add a comma and press Ctrl S. And there you can see the text widget is added as well. So now after adding this text widget, we need to move this bar or this text field or button to the bottom, because this is where we got them inside actual chat applications. So to do that, what we can do is to wrap this text widget inside an expanded widget. And by doing that, this text widget will gonna take all available space and this widget will be pushed to the bottom. So press Ctrl S. And now you can see this bar is in the bottom. Similarly, we can wrap this text widget inside a center widget so that it will be displayed in the center of screen. So again hard reload. And now you can see it is in the center. So now by doing that, we have created a very simple GUI for our application. So in this application, user will gonna type his question here and then click on the send icon. And we are going to take the question of user from here and pass it to our DeepSeek or GenAI models. After that, we are going to get the response from the model and show it to the user on screen. And to do that, we need to use the API of GenAI model which we want to use. Like in our case, we want to use DeepSeek model inside this application. So to do that, we need to explore the API provided by DeepSeek. And we also need to learn about what is an API. And we are going to start that process inside our next lecture. So see you in the next lecture.